Dear Santa.
Yeah.
Business, please.
Yeah. Pretty much how it went. For me, I mean, into music since about probably 11 or 12 really. I was saying the other night, I had a neighbour who kind of introduced me to a lot of good music and got me to sort of pick up the guitar, and I didn't really take it seriously till I was about 14.
Right.
But I just wanted to be in a band with my friends, and I was the only one who went and learned the instrument. The rest of them didn't bother, so I kind of just stuck with it. Been in a few bands over the years. Moved to Birmingham about 5 years ago and just sort of formed this, probably close to 2 years now.
Wow.
It's just been going,
That's cool.
gigging, recording, just doing it that way.
What about you, Lee?
Yeah, same thing. Just kind of grew up listening to music influenced by the stuff my dad would play and stuff. So obviously sort of 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
All the good stuff. And yeah, just from that, just kind of the same as these guys, sort of messed about in kind of bands and stuff and trying to see what worked and what have you. And then same for me, I'm not from Birmingham, I moved here a couple of years ago, and that's how we met, as we sort of kind of
social networking,
Yeah, exactly.
So I was going to ask you guys how long you've been in a band, but you
It's 2 years in May,
2 years. Oh, in May.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So now, Niall, I know that you're studying at uni music performance, and Ethan, I believe that you studied music production, am I right?
Music tech, yeah.
Music tech, yeah. I'm not sure about you, Lee. Do you want to enlighten
I
us?
have no musical training whatsoever.
Really?
And it shows.
He just makes it up.
So,
it's all instinct.
oh my gosh. Do you guys have like
School
any
of life.
tips for like people who are working and studying? Any, like, how do you manage your time and still have time to
Don't
do
work
them?
and study at the same time. just don't do it.
Especially for university, you get into, or you get out of it what you put in.
Yeah.
Because what I find is, for a lot of courses here, that the tutors, it's not their job to make sure that you're doing your work. So if you really want your degree and stuff like that, put in as much work as you possibly can. Because as soon as I finished my degree, and the last thing, I sort of went, I did not put half as much effort into that as I could.
I think, I've kind of come to realise in the past 6 months or so that I've been on my course, research is the main thing. They expect you to just go and research, and they'll give you information, but they expect you to go and find more and impress them with that, or kind of make it interesting for them. And in terms of juggling work with uni, I've struggled with that a little bit, but some of us have got to do that to pay the bills and feed ourselves and stuff. But I think the main thing is to just sort of manage your time and schedule it properly, and you'll be fine.
Definitely. And then you guys are doing zero wasted thing as well on the side, so
busy,
yeah, definitely.
22 now, so it's 8 years of hard work.
Wow. So Lee, as the lead singer, do you have any routines or exercises that you do to keep your voice 100% so you don't sound like a strangled cat?
When is your voice 100%?
Or should I ask Ethan, because I know that you tend to scream like at the beginning of your songs.
He scares the listeners.
I use maybe a couple of beers to make sure that it doesn't hurt as much as it probably should.
Yeah.
So that technique's not just letting out all the
Yeah, pretty much.
I probably should have some techniques or tools or whatever. I don't. I just kind of go and do it. I think in terms of looking after your voice, like it's that odd thing of like lemon and honey and stuff like that is really good for you. So afterwards to kind of help with a bit of recovery. And I think it's like if you're sort of gigging night after night or whatever, then that's something you need to kind of be aware of.
Right.
I don't really have, as you could probably have told just now, didn't really do any sort of warm up techniques or anything like that. I think
maybe when we start playing more shows, more kind of like more regularly, I think it'd be more of an issue. But I think for the few shows that we do, I think you manage to kind of just be.
Yeah, and you're playing drums at the same time, so you sort of
has dual response. So I can get away with saying, well, my focus is not 100% on one or the other, so they both suffer slightly.
So Niall and I were joking yesterday on Facebook, and we're saying that we was in like a really we should have been stressed in that situation that we were talking about, And I said to Noel, why are you so positive in this situation? And he said that not all of the Zero Wasters members think that he's all that positive.
Yeah, what I said was that if you asked me that live on radio, Ethan would laugh at me.
Yeah.
And tell me, Ethan, then, why am I so positive?
You just don't quit complaining, to be honest.
Yeah, I think I let the stress get to me a bit much, but when I moan, I think I let off steam, sort of just get it out and I'm done with it. But I think we were saying in terms of band stuff, you know, gigs and all of that stuff, I try to keep kind of positive. I mean, obviously things go wrong, but I'm always trying to push the band forward, and I think that you have to be positive to be in a successful band.
Also, like if you're, I'd say of the three of us, you're arguably the sort of perfectionist. So I think that you're
I
always
suppose it's
looking
fair to say that, maybe.
to sort of reach those kind of levels, whereas not that I don't want it to be perfect, but I don't sort of care as much.
I suppose at some point you've got to let it go and go, okay, that song is finished, yeah.
Yeah, our threshold for that is much lower than yours.
Yeah, I think that's all it is, isn't it? But yeah, I think just a positive outlook on being in a successful band actually makes things run a bit smoother for us. So try to maintain that.
That's good. Well, this brings me nicely onto the band trivia. So I did this with a band called Victoria in my last interview, and their responses were pretty funny. So,
okay, so
to all you Zero Waster fans out there listening, you might learn something.
Yes,
yeah, just say sorry now. You might find out some of their well-guarded secrets in this trivia. So, who would you say is the whiner baby? AKA the complainer.
I think we just
no.
Yeah, I think
That's not
it'd be a unanimous me, wouldn't it?
Who's the slowest at getting ready?
getting ready for.
Getting ready for like.
I'm going to pin that one on you, Lee.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that was coming my way. Maybe it's me. Yeah.
Oh.
He's got to find his drumsticks every time we play.
Who's the daddy of the group?
Can you elaborate a little bit, like the
Like the one who's probably say more in charge and in control of situations.
We share the responsibility.
Looks after the rest of the
Yeah,
group.
I think what we all quite like about the band is that there's not necessarily one person who's kind of fighting for control or kind of driving it as such. Like we all have the same common goals, but we all take on different responsibilities. So, say for the time being, like I often will come up with some song ideas and bring those to the table. Then these guys will mess around with it until they get it how they want it. Niall has been like great at like pushing the like social media side of it, and Ethan is the guy that's done all the kind of EP work. So we all kind of bring different things to the
So
table.
you've all got your roles.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody just sort of does what they feel sort of comfortable with.
Right.
Yeah, and I think I do push the guys to do things they don't want to do sometimes, but and that's I kind of take on that responsibility. But we do all have things that we're good at, and we kind of stick to those roles.
That's good.
So it's not like one daddy; it's like three.
Free daddy.
Three grown men in a family with no children.
So who's the laziest?
Oh.
This is the part where it all breaks down.
You bothered to ask.
There we go.
Well, that proves it. Who would you say is the brainiest, or the one who comes up with all the ideas?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, definitely. I can see that already. I
Well,
didn't
he
even
does
need to ask.
Lazy and a genius.
Yeah, it's just that old combination that, you know, the lazy genius is kind of a trope, isn't it? That's, He comes with all of the song ideas. I think he comes into a rehearsal with those. So I guess if you're talking musically, he does a lot of work there, and then we kind of add the finishing touches and we add our own spin on it. So like that last song that we played, Our Revolution, Lee wrote the main bulk of the song and the lyrics, brought that to us, and we thought, okay, well, let's do this with the chords, and let's elaborate on that bit there, maybe stretch this bit out and shorten that bit. So we all contribute, but I think if you're talking musically the brainiest, I would have to say that Lee
Comes
gives
up with
us
the content.
the main chunk of the content, and then we add our, like, Ethan's very good with technology,
Yeah,
so I think that's brainy in its own way.
sure.
I'm the idiot.
Yeah.
You're the idiot of the group.
Yeah, very much so.
That was my next question. I'm joking.
Oh, right, okay.
Who's the life of the party? Who would you say?
Lee, where were you last night?
I was out and about.
Any casinos? Or?
There might have been a casino.
Casino or two.
We played the flopper one night, and Lee thought, right, I'll get into work later than usual the next day. So we were sitting in a pub and it was karaoke, and then all of it, we didn't see Lee for the rest of the night.
Yeah. Karaoke animal. I mean, we've all been up till about 3 or 4 o'clock last night, really.
Wow.
I think there was a few beers and a bit of Die Hard going on in my flat, so I think we all party a little bit, but I have to take it easy sometimes. I don't deal well with 3 or 4 hours sleep.
Right,
so.
right.
Yeah, we need our 8 hours.
Yeah,
Good.
which I never get, but, you know.
Wow. Thanks. That was 7 Years by Lucas Graham. You're listening to Breakfast with Nadine on Scratch Radio. I'm here joined with Zero Wasters.
Zero Wasters.
We just had a few good songs from them. So now we just have a few more questions for you guys.
Yep.
We had someone called Chennai text in and say, what inspires you to make music?
Boredom.
Other music.
Good answer.
Yeah, other music. I mean, whenever I hear another guitar player who's like 100 times better than me, I just go and pick up my guitar straight away. Something good doesn't always come out, but that just...
It's a bit like a competition, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think every musician's got a bit of a competitive nature, but I mean, not to the point where you want to be better than someone per se. It's just that they actually inspire you to be a better musician. And people, people inspire me. There's a little quote for the radio show.
People inspire me.
Yeah.
What about you, Liam?
Yeah, kind of the same. Like, obviously, you know, music that has an impact on you and makes you sort of feel a certain way or think a certain way. You know, just you want to kind of recreate that sound or that feeling or that kind of energy to it. So yeah, also like bad music. I just think you listen to something that's just an abomination. Like, so you just want to do something that's better than that. And I think partly it's the creativity side of it. So like if you've got a song that you want to sing about, it's not like something that you want to sing about. You want to put it into some form, so it's either poetry or you write it as a short story or whatever. But you know, music's a great form for that. So you can like get your views, thoughts, hopes and feel like all of that stuff. You can kind of put it down and share it with people. That's what's so good about it.
Yeah, like a lot of political stuff would sometimes inspire me. And I know yourself, Lee, who do an awful lot of stuff like that.
Yeah, like
I think it's hard not to comment on politics these days when you're writing songs.
Right.
I mean, it just seems so important to get a message out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we're preachy, but some of our songs are quite sort of politically...
I think that's maybe more the rock scene in general, though, because an awful lot of it isn't... you know, a lot of very popular music has got very little substance to it.
Yeah, it's they've written a song just to make money. I think it's kind of like, to counter that...
We don't want money.
No.
We're not interested in
No.
Don't say that.
You can give us money if you like, but it's not the goal inside. But did you want to talk about your lyrics a little bit?
Well, just to say, I guess Ethan made the point about the sort of political elements. It's not something that I sort of actively seek out. I think
just kind of affects you at the time.
Yeah. Like Our Revolution was a song kind of inspired by the Arab Spring uprising, and just kind of that whole thing about sort of people power and sort of standing against something that they feel is kind of oppressive or there's a sense of injustice.
So I think it's quite appropriate when you consider what's going on in Iceland at the moment. I think you can hopefully apply that to lots of things as well as what you wrote about.
Yeah, but this is the kind of the frustrating thing in a way is that people have been writing songs like this for 100 years, about sort of perceived injustice and all the rest of it, and it just in the 60s it was all kind of peace and love and anti-war.
Yeah.
And yet 50 years later we're still writing songs about stuff like that because it's still happening and it probably always will. So.
I think the difference is it's not what you'd hear on the radio these days, really, isn't it? It's
yeah, I think you're right about that.
Back then, Bob Dylan and the Beatles and all of those bands were kind of mainstream. They had a message. It's a shame you don't get more of that on the radio.
It seems like it's very cherry picked.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Hopefully that answers your
Well,
question.
Yeah, it does answer my question. We have a few more band trivia questions for you guys.
Sure. Yeah.
So we've got some scenarios. So if you were stranded on an island, which band member would you rather be stuck with and why?
Oh wow.
Lee,
That is
now grind me down.
like a grain of sand.
Yeah. Constant complaining.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. I think I'd rather be by myself.
really?
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
Oh, that's-
Okay. Well, in which case I'll say you, Ethan.
Yeah. So
It's a win-win for everyone.
Okay, if you needed help with your studies, Niall, who would you rather choose to help you? Would it be Batman or Superman?
Batman.
Batman.
That guy is a genius. Superman comes from another world. He
That
wouldn't know
is
what's
true.
going on.
That's true.
He has a panic attack every
Batman's
time he
man,
sees
so.
a dog.
So now it's just like one or the other
I'll explain
kind of
later.
thing. Marmite or peanut butter?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter jelly.
That's
Not
a tough one
no.
for me because I'm sort of very indifferent about both of them.
Really?
See, that's weird, isn't it? Because Marmite is the whole thing. Is that you love it or hate it.
I don't
Yeah.
mind Marmite.
Yeah, I'm like that as well.
But I don't really mind peanut butter.
You're the wrong person to ask this
I
question.
thought you were going to say you don't like both.
Actually, I can't move on until you've answered the question.
Yeah.
Have to come up
This is
I
serious.
stick with my statements.
What about you, Lee?
PB, smooth all the way.
Oh, okay. Michael Jackson or the Beatles?
Michael Jackson.
Hmm.
I'd probably just have to go with the Beatles because I grew up listening to more of that.
Yeah,
But
It's a tough choice.
It is a tough choice. Jacko's awesome.
yeah, I have to agree. So, do you guys have like any promotional things that you can share with the listeners?
Yeah, I mean, it's not completely confirmed yet, but
Mm-hmm.
we are potentially having a gig on the 19th of April at the Flapper, which is up by Broad Street.
Okay.
So for those of you who
Good
don't know. Great venue, yeah, we've played there a couple of times.
Cool.
It's always been fun.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any of those, we're on all of those. It's Zero Wasters. ZEROWASTERS. I spelt that wrong the other night, so success.
Yeah, no. Well, we'll have the videos of the stream, like, and the performances going live on the Breakfast with Nadine, like, YouTube channel. So make sure to check that out. Anything
Cool.
else?
Josh is here with us and he's just did me in the ribs and said, mention the EP.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
EP.
Ethan, I'll hand this over to you because you've been
Yeah, so we've recorded 3 tracks, Our Revolution being one of them.
Mhm.
Well, it's the first one you heard from us, but it's, it's like electric guitars and stuff like that. We're not really an acoustic
Full band, yeah.
But yeah, that should be out sometime soon. We've been saying that for the last 6 months. We just really haven't got
Don't
it
tell
here.
them that.
building the anticipation.
Yeah, yeah. The
Well, that's
anticipation's killing me, to be honest.
There's just been a few things we've had to sort of work on, like the artwork and things like that. It's taken a bit longer than we
Yeah.
thought, but it will be out soon, and we'll have physical copies. We'll have it online.
Great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything.
Yeah, I wanted to thank anyone who's been listening.
Yeah.
Really appreciate that.